All right, we are now recording. Let's get jiggy with it. Go on, Craig, get all jiggy and give us the jiggy introduction.
I don't know. What is jiggy?
I don't know either.
Jiggy?
I thought you knew. I thought all the kind of cool hipsters knew, and you have a beard. So I thought, oh, this guy's going to know what jiggy means, and he's going to get all jiggy with it.
Greg, I am a pretty cool hipster.
You're a cool hipster.
Hipsters, we don't talk about jiggy.
Hipsters may not talk about it, but they know what it means.
What does it mean?
All hipsters know what it means.
Jiggy?
Yeah,
I'm looking it up.
You're looking it up right now? Okay.
Oh, uninhibited, especially in a sexual manner.
Great. Get all jiggy with the intro and go.
Hey guys, how are you? Welcome.
I'm talking about lettuce.
Two guys talking about lettuce. I'm taking my shirt off.
Woo!
I'm talking about lettuce.
I'm not going to take my shirt off.
Oh, I thought for a second he really was going to. I was going to this episode's going to go through the roof on views. No shirtless Craig.
I'm not sure it would. I think it might. People might not want to click if they see that.
I probably I wouldn't click it.
It won't be in the thumbnail. It won't be in the thumbnail. So
yeah?
Might as well.
I don't know anything in the thumbnail.
Greg.
Oh, and I'm Greg Benson.
You've been. Oh, and I'm Craig Benzine.
Mm-hmm. Good. We're good with introductions. This is good. We're off to a good start.
You've been doing YouTube videos for over a decade.
Yeah.
Decade, 2 decades?
I don't really do them anymore, though.
Almost 2 decades.
I did them I did them for about 12 years.
12 years, yeah. I mean, you started almost...
After 1 decade, I said, well, that's enough. And then I went for another couple years.
Yeah, but you still watch things on the internet. So you know what a thumbnail is my point. You know what I mean by that. Now, you're looking at your thumbs again. No, Greg.
What?
You know what a thumbnail on the internet is. Yeah. No, there you go. Why are you looking at your thumbs?
Because you keep saying thumbnail, so I keep looking at my thumbnail.
No,
I have two thumbnails. You know why? Because I have 2 thumbs that each have 1 thumbnail.
Why do they call it a thumbnail, Greg?
I think because it's the nail that's on your thumb.
No,
I think that's probably why. Let me ask you something. Do you ever look at your thumbnail and it's so intriguing that you just have to click on it?
Nope. Oh, you're clicking on it.
Yeah.
I'm not hearing a click, though. I'm not hearing a click.
Yeah.
Not really a click.
It's really quiet, but it's there.
What happened? Did something happen? Are you watching something on your thumb now?
I just watched it. It was really good.
What was it?
You click on the thumbnail, you get to see the whole thumb. That's just how it works.
I mean, I can see the thumb without clicking.
I bet the people listening to this podcast are like, oh my God, I never realized that the term thumbnail has a double meaning. I bet nobody ever realized that. They're like, oh my God, he's right.
No. I think probably children probably realize that. Yeah.
Listen,
children are idiots.
Listen, this is episode 137, maybe. I don't know. I have no idea what episode number it is.
Sure.
But it might be episode 137 for all we know.
Sure. So, it might be.
So since we've done so many episodes, I want to do something really special for our lovely listeners, our folks at home who are now listening, or those of you who are listening in earbuds and you're walking on a treadmill at LA Fitness or wherever you are. I don't know if they have LA Fitness.
Huh? Is that a sponsor?
Yeah. LA Fitness sponsored this. Hey, do you like to go into a big room full of sweaty people and smell horrible things, but also look at hot chicks? Then join LA Fitness. We got hot chicks and a bunch of smelly dudes.
It's an odd selling. It's an odd talking point.
That's true though. That's called truth in advertising. That's really all. Do you want to go injure yourself on machines you don't know how to use? Then come join LA Fitness. Ow, your arm.
I don't think you need to bring up injuries. I
don't
think that's guaranteed.
Yeah,
I don't think that's guaranteed.
It's pretty much guaranteed for anybody who joins a gym. Hey, do you want to pay monthly for an entire year for something that you'll only use for 2 weeks? Then come join.
Probably true.
Yeah. Oh, it's so true. So,
LA Fitness isn't just in LA. Did you know that?
Yeah, I know. They also have it in Louisiana. Because Louisiana's LA for short.
It sure is, but no, it's also in Chicago. So.
Oh, do you know why? Because Ella Fitzgerald used to go there.
Aha.
That's why.
Right.
That's
Yeah,
why.
yeah,
And
yeah.
she's like, this is going to be my place. And so they just call it that just for her. I'm just so glad that we're doing this, Craig, because I got to tell you, man, I've had kind of a rough morning.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
You did?
Mm-hmm.
What happened? What happened?
I got up early and my son was already awake and he asked me to make him pancakes.
Okay.
And you know what? I like to be a good dad. I like to make pancakes from
Sure.
scratch. But I didn't have the right ingredients and I accidentally made him poop cakes.
No.
Yeah.
Greg?
Yeah. And he was so upset. He was so upset.
How was that? How did that come about? Why did you accidentally make poop cakes?
It was just an accident. If I knew how I did it, then I probably would have been able to avoid it. But it turns out that poop cakes aren't even a real thing.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's been a tough morning. I just want to say that Charlie wrote that joke. My son wrote that.
Yeah.
And he said, I was talking about how I was going to do two guys talking about lettuce. And he said, why don't you say that you made me pancakes, but they were poop cakes? And I was like, you know what, kid?
That's
that is
gold.
great. That is great
That is
stuff.
gold.
He also wrote this. What do you call it when you lose your head while pooping?
What do you call it when you lose your head? I think I know. Can I guess?
Yes.
Can I guess?
Yeah.
Depupication.
No, God damn it. Decrapitated. You've been decrapitated.
That's something like that.
You were
I was gonna riff on it. I was gonna figure it out.
Close. It's like you were. It's like you went to the local state fair and you went into the Hall of Mirrors and you're like, oh, I see the answer, but then bam, you hit your head on one mirror and you're like, oh, it's not depupitated. Oh, wait, there's the answer over there. Bam, no, it's not that one either. You think you knew the answer, but you just kept hitting your head on those mirrors.
I knew the answer. I was gonna get there. I
don't know if you were. I don't know if you were.
Wait, China texted me, and it looks like it's an important text. So I'm gonna.
Oh, yeah.
Why don't you talk more about poop?
All right.
And
that's all I have to say about poop. The end. Okay, Greg. I did it. I talked more about it.
Call me Greg. Did you just call me Greg?
That's your name.
No. My name is
Greg Benson.
No, it's Craig. Listen. China texted me. I have to respond. It's a Saturday, and everything's weird right now.
What's happening? What's happening with China? Share it with all of us. Don't keep it to yourself.
We probably wouldn't be able to. So, she wants to know if we want to start doing the next level dog class.
Oh my God! You're going to be doing it doggy style before you know it. That is great. Good for you. That's exciting.
No.
Yeah, do it doggy style.
Greg.
Sometimes you got to take a class to learn how to do a new position. That's awesome, man. That's going to be great. I'm so excited for you.
I don't think you need to be taught.
You're going to love
it.
It's super fun.
Sure. That's not. No. Why? I didn't say doggy class.
Thank you for sharing with all of us what you and China are doing, and I think that's amazing. And that you can be so open about your sexuality with us here.
No, Greg. Our dog Bunny is going to a class. We've taught her sit and lay down.
Oh, and she's going to learn how to do it doggy style.
Stuff. No.
Come on.
I don't think so.
That's how dogs do it. That's why it's called that. That's the only way they do it. If you ever see dogs on the street and they're doing it missionary, you know there's a glitch in the matrix.
Something weird.
Yes.
Something weird is going on.
Something weird happened. Oh shit!
Oh, God.
Dogs are doing it missionary now. You have a mental image of that, don't you?
It's gross. It's terrible. You do. You have a mental image of that.
I have a very clear mental image of two Shih Tzus. Two Shih Tzus just on a sidewalk, and people are walking by. They've got their earbuds in. They're listening to Bruce Hornsby, and they look over and they see these two dogs two Shih Tzus going missionary style on the sidewalk.
I'm so glad we can share this with the world. I'm so glad we are providing the service with this podcast.
Oh my God. And they're like, I better just ignore it. That's just the way it is. Some things will never change. And they just keep on walking. You missed did you miss, you're looking at me like I'm crazy. Did you miss the part where I said that they're walking along, they've got earbuds in, and they're listening to Bruce Hornsby while they walk?
Oh, they're doing that?
That's
Okay.
just what the people do when they walk to keep up their energy. They listen to music,
Okay.
and they have chosen to listen to Bruce Hornsby.
Oh, they did? Why?
I don't know. It's not what I would choose, but that's just what you have to ask them, man. Why don't you
you're
walk,
the one who made up this
walk
hypothetical.
out onto your street, you lazy fuck, and ask people why they're listening to Bruce Hornsby while they walk? You're so lazy. Why are you so lazy all the time?
Greg, there's not that many people that are walking around on my
But
street.
there are enough, and you just go up and you go like, why'd you choose Bruce Hornsby? I'll tell you why. Oh, because it helps me exercise. That's the only answer. Gosh, why do we have to always argue?
I mean, I don't know what's happening. You made up a hypothetical and you got mad at me about it. So, yeah.
That's why we're friends. It's like when someone gets mad at you, like when you're in a relationship. Has this ever happened to you? You're in a relationship and your spouse, girlfriend, boyfriend, whoever, whatever you have at the time, they wake
Sure.
up and they're mad at you because of something they dreamed. I can't believe I told you that the red shirt was my favorite shirt, and you said it made me look fat, or whatever. Why would you say that when you know that's my favorite shirt? Like, I didn't say anything. You're just dreaming. Yeah, but you said that you. Oh my God, you're a crazy person.
Yeah, well, you did in the dream. You did it. It is your fault.
I guess so. I guess when it comes down to it, you got to just be careful what you say in somebody else's dream.
Everything that someone dreams about you doing, you are capable of. You're capable of doing it.
I guess so. That's like the other day. I had a dream that that you were flying with your just flapping your little hands, flapping your tiny little hands really so hard that you lifted up and you flew in the air. So you're capable of doing that. Have you tried it?
Doing it now.
Yeah, no, you have to stand up. It doesn't work unless you stand up. You can take your headphones off and stand
Okay,
up. We'll
I'll
see you in
do
the
it.
wide shot.
Okay.
Listen, for those of
Okay.
you who are just listening, I'm going to describe what's happening. Craig has taken off his headphones. He's standing. Okay, he's got his arms out, and now he's flapping. Faster, Craig. Faster.
You see me go up?
Yeah, you went up a little bit. He went up in the air, you guys. Everyone is possible of flight. He flew for approximately 3/4 of a second. That was amazing.
I think I kind of jumped, but I jumped a little higher than I normally would. I think.
Yeah.
So
yeah, because of the flapping, because you're decreasing the wind resistance.
what?
I don't know. Did you see the Dodgers versus the Mets game? Did you see that recently? You know, they're in the playoffs now. I know you're a huge baseball fan.
I'm a real sports guy.
Yeah. So Dodgers versus the Mets. It was actually very exciting. Mets did not score very well because every time they would send a batter up to pitch, it was actually just a cake batter, and that strategy did not work for them.
Okay.
However,
You think late in the you know their legacy of being the Mets, they would know how baseball works.
Yeah, I know, but they're like, we're going to try something new. We're going to try to befuddle the other team. You know how baseball teams are always using words like befuddle. So they wanted to befuddle the Dodgers, and it didn't work. But however, the cake that they ended up making by the end of the game was delicious, and it won like second place in the baseball cake contest.
There's no baseball cake contest. There's no.
I could barely get the words out. Baseball cake contest.
There is no baseball cake contest.
There was. Listen. Did I fail to mention it's the playoffs?
It is. Yes, it is. So they have a cake contest during the playoffs?
In the baseball playoffs, they have a baseball cake contest. And the Mets won second place.
Okay.
The Dodgers got first place in the baseball cake contest.
They won the cake contest?
They did.
And they beat them in the game?
Yes. And here's how they won it. Their strategy was very different. They won the baseball cake contest by not even making a cake. Yeah. Because the whole contest is a trick. It's just like, hey, you can make a cake if you want. Guess what? We tricked you. You don't make a cake in baseball.
So the contest, they got second place because there wasn't a contest.
But no, there was a contest, but they got second place because they made a cake.
Oh.
But if you don't make a cake,
it's really not really a cake
you get first
contest. It's a not cake contest.
Well,
it's
you call it whatever you want to call it. You know,
Sure.
I mean, you don't own a Major League Baseball team, do you? MLB for short.
No. I'm surprised. The Mets are doing good, huh? They're in the playoffs. Aren't they supposed to? Aren't they traditionally like a horrible team?
I don't know anything about sports. I just know that I saw that cake game.
What I know about the Mets mainly is that David Letterman would always talk about how terrible they were as a
Is
team.
that right?
That's what I know.
Well, what does he know about sport? I got to know. He's a comedian. He doesn't know anything about sports. Comedians don't know anything about sports.
People can know things about sports.
Nah, they're too busy being funny all the time. Here's the bad thing about that game. When that game was over, Jesus, you should have seen home plate covered in cake batter. And that stuff's sticky. And you can't get it up easily.
Greg, Greg.
Yes.
I'm gonna say something now, and maybe I'm out of line in saying this, but
okay.
I'm beginning to think you didn't even watch the game, and you are making all of this up.
That's your theory?
Yeah. Now, I don't want to step over any lines here. I don't want to insult you. I don't want to be too presumptive, but
That's a word that
shit.
Whoa, that's a word that lawyers use, by the way. Presumptive. Did you go to law school?
Yeah. I went to college. I did go to college.
You're acting like you went to law school.
Okay. I don't know what word you're saying there. But
when some people act up a fool, well, you're acting like you went to law school.
Sure,
using a word like presumptive.
Yeah, sure.
And frankly, that's one step away from acting like a fool.
Okay,
that's all I'm saying,
Greg. Yeah. Now listen.
Yeah.
Now listen.
Yeah.
I think you're full of shit. I think that's what I'm saying. I don't want to step over a line here, but
it's true. I have not pooped today. Besides the poop cakes that I made earlier, I have not pooped today. So you're absolutely right.
Even if you do poop, there's probably still poop in there after you poop.
Did you notice the horrible thing that happened? The downright tragedy that has happened? Did you notice to me? Did you notice to me? Is what I meant to say.
Okay, this is what you sound like. Did you notice to me?
Yeah.
Dur.
Well,
that's what you sound like.
Did you notice to me? I'm asking you. Did you notice to me or not?
I did. Yes.
All right. Well, then go ahead and tell everybody. This is the tragic news.
Oh, you had a little drool on your face and you had to wipe it off?
No, I'm 73 years old, as everybody knows. I'm 73.
Okay.
And yesterday, look at this. You see it now? I got a zit on my face right there. Can you see it?
Well, barely now. Yeah.
I have a zit on my face, and I mean, at my age, that is tragic.
Yeah, it's embarrassing. All the kids at school are going to make fun of you.
Yeah. When I go, if I still have it, when I go to my 40-year reunion coming up.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. If I'm 73, and if it's coming up, let's say it's 74, that means that I graduated high school at 34.
I don't think you're.
I was in high school much too long. Now that I think about it.
Wow.
I shouldn't have been in high school that long. You keep getting texts from China, don't you?
I do. She texted me again. I'm gonna, because normally she's just gonna be here when we record, but it's Saturday.
Yeah, Saturday.
Times are different.
Is she off doing something with Ada? That's your daughter's name, by the way.
She is at. Oh no, Ada is at her grandparents' house. And
great.
She's at the doggy school.
Oh yeah.
No.
Bow chicka bow bow.
No.
Bow chicka bow bow.
No.
Normally you don't get a guitar solo with the Bow Chicka Bow Bow song, but this is a free guitar solo.
Oh wow. Okay.
They got Eddie Van Halen to guest in the Bow Chicka Bow Bow song.
Okay.
Did he die?
What were we talking about?
Did Eddie Van Halen die?
I think he did. Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, then they must have recorded that before he died.
How? Wait. I'm gonna look that up. I think he did. Eddie Van Halen.
I don't like that all the people that not all the people. There's still some people who are alive, right? But that basically all the people that I kind of grew up with and was familiar with, Eddie Van Halen, David Lee Roth, Sammy Hagar, that they're all dead now.
Those are the only people that
I'm just talking about all the heroes that we all had back in the 80s.
Yeah. They really, for you, it seems like they're very specifically surrounding Van Halen, the group.
I'm not a big Van Halen fan, I'll be honest with you. And someone said, "What? You don't like Van Halen? You don't like Van Halen?" I'm like, "They're fine. They're okay." "Oh, dude, you have to listen to their first album." I'm like, "Okay." So I got on Spotify. I listened to Van Halen's first album, and I thought, "Yeah."
I'm not a Van Halen fan either.
Yeah.
But I got some trivia for you.
Yeah.
Where was Eddie Van Halen born?
Oh, Tallahassee, Florida.
Nope.
I'm afraid he was.
How do you know? Well, so they're wrong? The internet's wrong?
Yeah. Oh, the internet's full of lies. How come you haven't learned that? We actually had an episode called "The Internet is Full of Lies," didn't we?
Yes.
Did we?
But I mean, yeah, I think we did. But
if we didn't, that should be the title of this
seems
episode.
like a pretty basic fact that Wikipedia wouldn't get wrong.
Okay. Well, what does Wikipedia say?
Amsterdam, Netherlands.
That's a totally different country.
It is exactly a totally different country.
So he was born in the red light district from his mother was a prostitute?
I didn't
That is
say
crazy.
that.
That is
I didn't say
crazy.
that.
Well, that's what they have there. They have the red light district full of prostitutes.
True.
So Eddie Van Halen was born from a prostitute's vagina in the red light district of Amsterdam. That's crazy. I didn't even know that. That's nuts.
No. I don't know that. How long has the red light district been there? I don't even know.
I think about a week and a half. I don't know exactly. It's approximately.
Definitely longer. Definitely longer than that.
I don't really know.
His father was a Dutch jazz person who plays piano, a clarinetist, and a saxophonist.
You didn't want me to make a penis joke.
No, I did not.
You did not want me to make a penis joke, so you said person who plays piano.
I sure did.
You're so politically correct.
No, I just didn't want to hear your penis joke.
Okay.
And
speaking of, I didn't want to hear your penis. Wouldn't it be weird if men's penises made a sound? You know, like let's say that whenever they let's say you're in high school. You know, in hie school you get all those boners that you didn't mean to get. Like that's when your body's like, hey, look what I can do. Hey, I'm starting to work or whatever.
Yeah.
And then you you're sitting in English class and you got a boner, and then the teacher, the old thing where the teacher wants you to stand and read, and you're like, I can't, Mrs. Williams. And she's like, why are you talking like that? Oh, I'm sorry, I can't, Mrs. Williams.
It's weird that it's always Mrs. Williams.
Yeah, that was your teacher. I don't know what your teacher's name is. I just used Mrs. Williams. Anyway. So, but wouldn't it be funny if when you were getting a boner, if you it just very faintly you could hear, just
like the sound of a creaky old chair,
or a door opening, and then when it goes away, it goes,
like a door shutting. Yeah.
That would make it so much more embarrassing when someone hears the sound. They're like, all right. Who just got the creaky old boner?
I think it would just happen so regularly all the time. You'd have to not respond to it. Everyone would be like, oh, there's a boner. Oh, there's one.
Yep. Oh, another boner. Hey, speaking of another boner, now it's time for the Patreon-only bonus section.
When's it starting? When's it starting?
Not yet.
Okay.
Now. This portion of Two Guys Talking About Lettuce has been edited out for your listening inconvenience. If you wish to hear the complete, unedited version with the bonus talking, be sure to visit patreon.com/Two Guys Talking About Lettuce. And now, back to the edited, not as good version of the podcast. And that's the end of the Patreon-only bonus section. Hope that you liked it. I won't let you know who the special guest was that we had right at the end there. That's just going to be a... Nope.
Okay, yeah, we did have a special guest at the end of the bonus section.
Yep, going to be a big old surprise.
Yeah, now we have a different one.
Yeah, totally different one. Now Charlie Benson is here. Charlie Benson is going to show us what he's been working on while we've been podcasting. What did you make and complete, Charlie Benson? What?
Oh,
Charlie, this is so good.
A buffalo?
The tail part needs to be fixed.
The tail part needs to be fixed?
Or is it a bull? It's a... Ooh.
Craig wants to know if this is a bull or a buffalo.
A buffalo.
It is a buffalo.
Oh.
Wow.
That is a Lego buffalo.
Yeah, but it's with those, I don't know if you can see, but with those really super, super tiny Legos. They're so
Lego.
tiny.
Yeah.
Wow. Charlie, great job, buddy. That's really
good
fantastic.
job. That is awesome. Yeah.
Craig says good job, too. I have to repeat because you're just in my ear.
Yeah.
You can't hear.
Charlie, can you hear me now?
Ow! Ow! It was so painful. He was yelling. If you could hear him, Charlie, you did a great job. I'm very proud of you, son.
I could already hear you just right here.
Oh, nice.
Oh, hello, Charlie. How are you?
Great. You?
Good. I'm good. Are you going to go swimming in the pool today?
Maybe.
I don't think so. It's pretty chilly out there.
Cold?
It's
Is it cold
super,
there now?
super cool. Yeah, it's negative 16.
No,
and the wind chill makes it like negative 35.
No. That's possible here.
LA
but no, that's not.
LA gets super cold sometimes.
No, not that cold. No.
Well, it is already October.
What is it, like 63 there right now?
You know what? I'll look it up right now and I'll tell you. Yeah. It is 66 degrees.
Yeah, so and that's cold to these people. That's
hey,
cold.
Charlie, can you close the door, please? So if you go outside, you might have to wear a light sweater.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Or not. You'd probably be fine if you didn't as well.
Today it's only getting up to 82.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. So get your sweaters ready, folks. Get your sweaters ready. Luckily, this week, since it is October, it is going to warm up. It looks like the hottest day is going to be Wednesday. It's getting up to 89.
We should translate all of this to Celsius for our non-American listeners. So.
89 in Celsius is how do you
1
make it
4 2 1?
Hang on. What's 89 degrees in Celsius?
I'm gonna guess it's
it's
25.
No, it's 31.67 degrees Celsius. So
okay.
guys, it's that's super cold. 31 degrees.
That's freezing.
It's gonna be 31 degrees this week, and burr.
Okay,
if you know what I'm saying.
You know, I used to think Celsius would make more sense because 0 is water freezing, 100 is water boiling. Right?
Sure.
But then I think no, because then you're using far fewer range of numbers. You're just like.
Yeah,
because the temperature during the day. Oh no, it's 18. Oh no, it's way different. It's 21. Oh no. I guess that's a good point. It's kind of like when remember the star system, how they used to rate movies at the beginning. They were like, oh, is this movie a 1-star movie or a 2-star movie? They only had 2 stars at the beginning, and then they're like, it's not enough range. You're just saying if it's basically like Siskel and Ebert, thumbs up or thumbs down. Exactly.
So then they added the 3rd star, and they're like, okay, now a 3-star movie is like as good as you can get, and they're like, but then you have one that's just sort of meh in the middle, and then bad and good. Let's give it more. Then it went up to 4 stars, and now a lot of people rate on the 5-star rating.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. I've noticed that some people go like, hey, that movie was really good. I give it 3.5 stars. Well, if you're going to do that, now you're on a 10-star rating system, but still only using 5 stars because you're using half steps. So why don't you just go to 10 stars? Why don't we rate movies on a 10-star system?
10-star system.
And you know what? If you go to like Metacritic, online or Rotten Tomatoes, they're on a 100-star system basically, because you're like, oh, what'd this movie get at Rotten Tomatoes? 67%. Well, you're not going to go like 6.7 stars out of 10. No, you're working on 100. Why don't we go to 1,000? Is what I'm saying.
Okay, oh my god, 1,000.
Then you can get really specific. Hey, what do you give that movie? I don't know. I give a 431.
Jeez, wow.
Yeah, it was
I
not.
mean,
It was not such a good movie.
That's very specific, though.
4 and 31.
What would it take to get it to 4:32? You know, what would
if the credits were just like 20 seconds shorter.
Okay.
I just felt like the credits were like 20 seconds too long. It lost 1 point for that.
Okay. Well,
I've got good ideas.
you do. This wasn't one of them. But you have.
This is why they call me the idea man. Oh, here comes the idea man.
Who calls you that? Who calls you that?
Jerry.
Who's Jerry?
Jerry Treehouse.
Oh, Jerry Treehouse.
Jerry Treehouse goes like, oh, here comes the idea man. I'm like, what's up, Treehouse?
Uh-huh.
And he's like, idea man. And then I just punch him in the dick because I hate Jerry Treehouse.
Jeez.
I do.
Greg.
I hate Jerry Treehouse, and I will not apologize.
You don't. That's violence. That's assault.
I know it is, but you know what? Jerry Treehouse deserves it. He knows what he did.
What did he do?
He knows. I'm not going to say. He knows what he did.
Here's what I think. I think he doesn't exist, as first of all. And secondly,
if you look at the YouTube comments on some of our previous videos, you will see that Jerry Treehouse does exist.
There is someone who has called their YouTube channel, their YouTube account, Jerry Treehouse. Yeah.
Which I think is amazing because I don't know what we said about Jerry Treehouse in a previous episode, but I was just looking at the comments on some I rarely look at the YouTube videos, but I looked at some comments and there was Jerry Treehouse saying, I demand an apology, which I thought was so funny. You're not getting an apology. I hate Jerry Treehouse so much.
Why do you hate him so much?
With his smarmy face and his Excalibur.
How old is Jerry Treehouse?
17.
Excalibur.
It's 27, 37.
What's his Excalibur?
He's got that Excalibur. That's the sword that he got from the Lady of the Lake. And he thinks he's so special. I'm the rightful king of England.
Oh,
Shut up, Jerry
Treehouse.
Treehouse.
Happening here. I see
What happened? What?
You're jealous. You're jealous of Jerry Treehouse because he got the Excalibur sword. Is that?
He either got it from the Lady of the Lake or he pulled it out of the stone or something. I remember.
Yeah.
You know, when I went to Disneyland when I was a kid, and they were like, "Oh, hey, kids, you know, one of you is the rightful king or queen of England. Why don't you come up and pull the sword from the stone?" And I'm like, "I can do that." And I went over and I like pulled on it and I pulled and it wouldn't come out. I was like, God damn it. And then this little girl who was like even younger than I was when I was a kid, can you imagine that? Someone even younger. She went up and she just pulled it out. And they were like, "Oh, we found the rightful queen of England." I'm like, "But I wanted to be the king of England."
Wow. Yeah.
And I've never gone back to Disneyland since.
Jeez. Wow. I don't think that's true. I think you've been to Disneyland.
I have been back, but I didn't want to admit it.
Okay.
Because I'm mad at them. You know?
Yeah. Those people probably don't even work there anymore. The people.
I don't even think they still have the sword and the stone there anymore. I don't. Maybe they do.
Probably because they upset too many kids. Too many people got mad about it.
Well, I mean, look. You know, you pull and you pull and you pull. Turns out that the sword, when they pull it out, it's got a hole in it. And the hole has a little latch that goes through it like a lock. And so people pull and pull on it and they can't pull it out. And then they just push a button that releases the little latch. And then, so they're choosing who the rightful king or queen of England is.
That does seem like that would be rife with corruption.
Yeah,
that's shouldn't
cheating.
Every kid win? Every kid should win at Disneyland.
Yeah.
We coddle children now. Maybe we coddle them too much, Greg. Maybe we coddle our children too much.
I didn't even get a participation ribbon. Like, congratulations, you participated in trying to pull a sword out of the stone. But
then you used that anger, and it fueled your career. It fueled your life.
I guess it did. You know, it's funny because that's in the kids section. They have a similar thing in the adult section because, you know, you can go to the adult part of Disneyland where kids are not allowed.
Here we go.
And you try to pull the stone out of.
What is the adult section of Disneyland?
It's just called you know, Adult World or whatever. It's just something like that.
You're making something up now.
No.
Be prepared, folks. Everybody be prepared.
No. It's like they've got Frontierland and they've got Futurama and then they've got Adult World.
Futurama is a cartoon.
Just
show.
a bunch of it's just a bunch of like peep shows and R-rated movies and stuff.
So it's like the red light district?
Yeah, and they have that, and they
Yeah.
have rides, but the rides they're all made of vaginas or something. I don't know what exactly they are.
No, they don't have this at Disney.
I think they do. You
Okay.
just sit on a big vagina or butthole or whatever. I don't
All right,
even know
sure.
what it is. So anyway,
No.
But they have the sword and the stone thing, except they change it. It's the sword in the Lady of the Lake. So you try to pull the sword out of the lady. And then every time you pull, and they use a real actress who plays the lady.
Oh my God! And she's
lying there.
actually got a sword.
She's got the sword in her, and it's got that latch. She's got that same lock, so that you're pulling it, and she's going because you can't pull it out of her, and then finally you pull it, and it comes right out of her butthole.
Oh, it's the butthole. Okay, it's the butthole. Yeah,
they have the sword in the lady's butthole, and this is why they don't allow kids in, because honestly, it's disturbing. It's
my
why does this
my
lady
mom
have a-
informed me once that she listens she did listen to one episode of our podcast.
I would
And
just like
so-
to shout out to your mom.
Okay.
Hey, hope you're enjoying the episode, and if you need a job, Disneyland is hiring.
Oh my God, she doesn't need a job. She's doing fine.
Okay, all right. I'm just saying, if she needs a job,
I don't think that is part of the park, Greg. Although maybe there should be adult theme parks. Are there not?
yeah, absolutely. There's that whole one. There's that one in Nashville with that blonde with the huge boobs.
No, that's Dolly World.
Dolly
and
World,
not-
that's the one. That's
not
the
an
one.
Adult. That's
Yeah,
not an adult.
She's a blonde. She's got huge boobs, and she's
Okay,
got her
sure.
own theme park. I mean, there's nothing more adult than that.
You know what you're doing right now?
Oh,
You're
what's that?
reducing a person to their body parts.
You know what? I don't mean to do that. I don't mean to focus on Dolly Parton's boobs. She also has a beautiful vagina. Okay?
Okay.
Can we just agree that she's got a gorgeous
How do
vagina?
you know that?
I'm assuming. I haven't seen it, but I'm just assuming if she's that
Sure.
famous or famous,
Sure.
then she must have an absolutely beautiful vagina. And I
Dolly Parton is a national treasure.
She
Greg,
is.
and
I love her. She's
you
terrific.
You need to stop it. You need to just stop it.
oh my God,
Okay.
you're using the stop it technique on me
Yeah,
right now.
yeah.
You're like a psychiatrist. You know, Greg,
Yep.
you need to stop it. Oh, okay, I'll stop it.
Is that what psychiatrists do?
They do. That's all they do.
Yeah. They go, stop it.
You stop it. You stop that right now. Cut it out.
Okay. Yeah.
Mel Brooks and Carl Reiner, recorded all those great comedy albums in the, I don't know, early 60s, something like that. Right around 1960, they've recorded 17 albums together. And they're so funny. And there's one where it's a psychiatrist being interviewed, and Carl Reiner asks Mel Brooks, and it's all improvised. Carl Reiner asked Mel Brooks about what's one of his most difficult patients. He said, I had this one woman. She would just sit around and tear paper. And then Carl Reiner said, that's an interesting problem. How did you get her to stop? He said, I said to her, don't tear paper. Why do you want to sit around and tear paper? Don't tear paper. I just thought,
Why is that funny?
it's just so funny. It's so good.
Don't tear paper.
Don't tear paper. Why do you want to sit around and tear paper? It's just,
What are these recordings?
yeah. Have you ever heard recordings before?
Huh.
They're
So
humor-
it's something that they said, but you can hear it again.
Yeah. Humorous recitations that have been recorded
Okay.
on vinyl records. You know,
Okay, Mel
the
Brooks-
kids these days now are calling records vinyls. Vinyl has become the noun, and they don't even use the word records anymore. Oh, yeah. They don't go like, hey, I went to a record store, bought some records. No. I went to a vinyl store, bought some vinyls. That's what they say
Yes.
now. And you know what?
That's because
I think that's stupid.
No, Greg.
I know you think that it's fine that language constantly is evolving. I know.
Yes. And also, I think the reason for this one is I think people started calling records, referring to records or albums as records. They started just saying, I got a new album, I got a new record out. And they would say, so that the word record came to mean like all the media, tape, or CD or vinyl.
I don't know about
so
that.
now they have to be more specific and say vinyl. Otherwise, you might think they're just talking about an album. I think that's why that happened.
Well, why don't they just say, I went out and I bought a vinyl album at the record store? Why don't they just say that?
Well, what if they
then
didn't
it's-
buy it at the record store?
Well,
first of all,
Okay. I bought a vinyl album at the paint store. Wherever they
Okay.
bought it is fine.
Okay.
I guess
That
the
would be
paint store.
interesting. Yeah.
Listen, if the paint store wants to
Yeah.
make extra
Yeah.
money, they should sell albums because they're selling
Sure.
pretty well.
Sure. So you have to say vinyl record now. You're saying instead of
Yeah, I went to the Vinyl Record Emporium. This place called
okay.
Vinyl Record
now
Emporium.
Now you have to say Emporium as well.
no,
Okay.
that's just the name of this one store.
Oh,
It's
okay.
very popular
okay.
in the Midwest, the Vinyl Record
Sure.
Emporium.
The
It used to be Peaches Records and Tapes.
Huh,
remember
how did you? I live in the Midwest. I've not heard of this.
You haven't heard of Peaches?
I haven't heard of Vinyl Record Emporium.
You don't remember Peaches?
No.
It was a record store named after a delicious fruit.
I'm aware of the fruit. I know.
Oh,
what
you've
peaches
had it.
are. I've had peaches. Yes,
It's pretty good, right?
peaches are good. Yeah, peaches are good.
But you know what? Here's the thing about peaches.
Yeah, yeah.
The fuzzy skin makes my teeth itch. And
Oh.
so if I'm going to eat a peach, I'm going to have to cut it in slices. I can't just bite into a peach because it makes me
Yeah.
shiver. Nectarines, however, I don't have that problem. And I think nectarine is a wonderful fruit, and I will go to my grave next week saying that.
You have a grave? You have a.
I'm going to go visit it next week.
Oh, did you do like a living funeral, like
Yeah.
people do?
I do.
Yeah.
I do that every Saturday. I get people together. I get people together at my. Oh, in fact, it's Saturday today.
No, I just thought that would be a great YouTube series. Like every week, you do a living funeral with you. You just invite people to talk about you.
That's a great idea. All right, do it. You can have that.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
It seems like a lot of work. I don't think I want to do it.
Nah, forget about it. Don't worry about doing that.
Okay.
But
Okay, Greg.
if you do decide to do
Yeah.
it, I have a name for the series.
Okay. What is it?
Living Funeral.
That's not very clever. Greg.
Okay,
That's not,
yeah, but you know what? I had a show about a retarded policeman, and I called it Retarded Policeman, and it
Yeah,
did
you did.
gangbusters. So maybe
It's true.
Living Funeral is
that's pretty
the
good.
key.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the key. You know, you keep it simple, stupid. You know, as they say, keep it simple, stupid. KISS
do.
for short.
KISS.
That's
Keep
how
it simple, stupid.
That's how the band KISS got its name. It's named after Keep It Simple, stupid.
Okay, but it doesn't always work. It doesn't always work to be that simple. I don't think.
It doesn't?
I don't think so. Like if I made a documentary about or a YouTube video about water, I
Yeah.
just called it water.
Water documentary. Yep.
Water
And
documentary.
And people are going to be that way. Anybody who searches for the word water or the word documentary, that's going to come up first. Your video, and they're going to be like, "Oh my god, this
I
is
don't know that
exactly
that's how
what
it
I
works.
wanted to see." Water documentary.
I don't think it's just based on the word that's just going to come up first. There's lots of titles that have water in them and probably documentary in them.
Right.
So
Yeah. I rest my case.
okay.
That's a great way to win an argument. I rest my case.
Or at least end an argument. I rest my case.
You didn't really make much of a case there, though, buddy. Oh yeah, I rest it. Now I rest
rest
my
it.
case.
Yep.
It's all resting.
I'm done.
I've got resting case face, as they say.
I'm looking up Carl Reiner and Mel Brooks.
Oh my God, their
albums,
albums are
records,
so fun. Well, first of
vinyls.
all, the 2,000-year-old man is just such a funny routine, and they did that on all their albums, and then they did all this other stuff. They did like one guy was a like Mel. It was always Carl Reiner interviewing Mel Brooks. Like Carl Reiner's the straight guy, but he was a brilliant straight guy because he really set up Mel Brooks in such a beautiful way. And then Mel Brooks would just fly off the handle with these amazing things. And I wish that you and I had that type of relationship where, like, say, you could be like the straight guy and set me up, and then I would say funny, outrageous things, and then you would respond to them. It would build them higher and higher. Like, wouldn't that be great if we could do that and then record it and release it to the world like our own comedy album every week? You know, something that's the length of
amazing.
an album, like 45 minutes or so, the length of an
That
album.
would be so amazing if we could do something like that.
God. Why didn't we think of that
They just
earlier?
don't make them like they used to, you know?
They really don't. They really don't.
Yeah.
Hey, have you voted yet? It's voting time. You got to send in your votes in the next 2 weeks.
I think we're gonna go vote in person.
Oh my God, really? Wow, it's so exciting. I always do the vote by mail thing.
That's what we did last time, and that's what I do often. But China wants to vote in person, so we're
Hey,
gonna vote
why
in
not?
person.
You know,
Yeah,
go ahead and risk it.
we don't risk it.
Well, you might get there. I'm sorry, brisket. As I meant to say
Oh.
brisket. Go ahead, brisket.
Okay. Yeah.
That's your new nickname. I'm going to call my buddy Craig Brisket. Why?
You live in that...
Because he's made of meat.
Mel Brooks is 98 years old.
I know.
98.
I know, and I saw him just weeks ago in like doing a Q&A after a screening of Blazing Saddles, and he walks out on stage, walks better than I do, just struts out on stage, stands there for 20 minutes doing stand-up, basically, telling stories, and then finally he turns around, sits down next to the host who's going to ask him questions, and does another hour of just Q&A. And it's like 11 o'clock at night, and he's doing an hour and 20 minutes at 98 years old with so much energy, and he could have just kept going. That guy is amazing. I predict that he will live to 200. That's what I predict. He is.
I
he's
don't
amazing.
Think so.
Yeah,
I don't think he will.
He's going to live to 200.
That'd be pretty good if he lived at 200.
Wouldn't it be like ironic if he lived to be 2,000 years old and then he records another 2,000-year-old man album?
Wow.
With like Carl Reiner's great-great-grandson?
It seems unlikely, Greg. I don't think that's going to...
But possible. It's
you know what?
possible.
He has more Twitter followers than I do.
Well, that's because he's famous and he's a legend. And also, Craig, that's the end of this episode of Two Guys Talking About Lettuce. My name is Greg Benson.
Talking about lettuce.
My name is Craig Benzine, and I now follow Mel Brooks on Twitter.
Me too.
I'm surprised I didn't before.
He's always sharing photos of his
talking
breakfast.
about
He's, I had eggs and cottage cheese.
About
Yeah, it's great stuff.
I don't see that.
Talking
But,
about
It's so good. Maybe I'm
so
thinking of his
everybody-
Instagram.
click after you click like and you comment on this video, you go follow Mel Brooks.
Yeah.
He needs your support.
Yeah.
So
More people who follow him, the longer he stays alive.
that's how it works. That's how it works now. Okay.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.